People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my subs can be purchased at people.etsy.com. And I figure since I have to remake this anyway, might as well go ahead and cut it open and see what's in there. And this is going to end up being a, shall we say, funky indent. So I'm cutting it at triangular angles to give it an interesting effect when I do cut it. Some of it came out rather interesting, like with that chunky effect, and some of it came out like this, and then some of it's back to that original looking mud. Let's see what we can do next. Come out there. Like I said, it was very, very soft. It's not going to be very, very soft when I'm done. That's the other piece. But you gotta admit, that's kind of an interesting look for a soap or for anything else, actually. Looks almost like coffee. But with it being that soft, and this is past 24 hours, I'm thinking it's just going to be far too soft to use as a soap, because the moment you go to wash your hands or whatever, it's going to be goopy. And I don't like goopy. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking I'm going to slice all these into chunks. Oh, now it looks like granite like that. Oh, let me show you this. See how shiny? It looks almost like granite rock. But I figure once this is all done and I make a new batch of soap to go with it, then I'll mix the two together and get a real interesting effect, because the next soap promises to be almost no color, since this has an overdose of color in it as it is. So I'm thinking I'll just do a natural colored soap, not even white. If it shows up beige, it'll be beige. If the soap shows up tan or yellow or whatever, that's what color it's going to be. And I'm not going to even add any extra color, because by now, with the amount of mica that this has had introduced, it'll just be too much color, especially when it comes time to wash your hands. And, you know, when you wash your hands, any soap you're using, unless you specifically, you know, use too much, your lather is going to be white. If your lather is red because your soap is red, or blue because your soap was blue, that means you got too much blue. That means you got too much red. Your soap should basically be one color, white. So I'm going to play around with this, add some plain soap with some cherry bomb scent, since the rest of it is scented accordingly. And then I'm going to see what we could turn Mod Podge into. Right now, it's looking like that. I mean, literally, it looks like granite, which is kind of cool considering everything that went on with this soap. So I'm going to have fun with that, cook up some soap. I'm thinking, just because I like congruency and the soap pot still has little traces of the mica and stuff in there, I'm thinking I'm going to do a dirty soap. By that, I don't mean dirty as in unclean. I mean all the micas, all the everything that was already in there. When I put the new soap in there, it's going to go in right on top of that, so that way little trace amounts of the mica and maybe one chunk of this part of it is going to go in, so that way it has a murky look building onto the granite look. And then with the shapes that I've cut into here, it should just give me a real fun effect, especially since some of these have flat out chunks of blow and some has like white chunks that never did get mixed in from when they got melted. This one has a great big green chunk. You know what I'm saying? That gives it a really believable, not mica, granite or marble type effect. Like this one has some yellow that was left over, and because this is actually in pieces, it's a triangular piece and then a trapezoid shape, so forth and so on. That's going to give me a real interesting effect. I'm going to go have fun with that right now and come back and show you what I have. And since this is a hot process soap, this will be done relatively quickly, and then I'm going to put it in this mold and see what we get. Y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.